Hi ladies, another vlog today. I've decided to go into a little of my medical issues that I have. My number one issue as far as mentality goes, I have depression from childhood PTSD and borderline personality disorder, which are going to be in another video that I'll post later. As far as physical ailments I have bursitis in my hips. I have bursitis in both shoulders. That is both hips and both shoulders. I have cartilage damage in my knees. I have weak ankles, high arches on my feet, which do cause problems. I've got asthma. I've got allergies. I've got chronic back pain in addition to back problems from a car accident this past February. Dealing with my medical problems has been hard, and a lot of things are. It's tough on a daily basis to deal with all of them together. And just like today, I'm very tired because last night was a very rough night. My normal night since being with Brett has been, we go to bed around 8 or 9, sometimes earlier, and we wake up around 7 to 9, depending. So we get our normal sleep, or like the length of time you need. But for me, dealing with tossing and turning all night is a big thing for me because I can't get comfortable. Between all my physical problems, I just toss and turn. I have such a hard time with my physical problems that I'll climb into bed, and when I first got my bed, it's been about 3 years since I bought it. I bought it for the purpose of the fact that it is a bed that caters to back problems. And when I first got it, it was perfect, but now that it's 3 years old, it's kind of worn a little bit, because my ex was pretty heavy, so he kind of pushed it in, broke it in a little bit. And Brett is completely opposite. He's a tiny little man, but I love him to death. He's cute. He used to not be tiny, though. He went from 300 pounds in high school to 175 last time he weighed, which is a couple days ago. But as far as the bed goes, it's hard for me, even though it's an alright bed, it's worn to the point that I need to get a new one, because for me the mattress makes the biggest difference. If my mattress is too soft, I curl up the wrong way and it doesn't help. And especially since my accident in February, my back has become worse to the point that I can't sleep like I normally do. I have a habit of sleeping in a certain position, and I can only lay that way for so long before I toss myself around to take that position on my other side. And then another thing that's changed with my sleep lately is I've noticed a lot that I will lay on my back, which I'm not a back sleeper in general, but I will find myself laying on my back with my hands behind my head like this, sleeping. Fingers interlocked, and because I have carpal and carpal tunnel syndrome, the nerves in my hands are pretty bad. And curling up with my arms behind my head just crimps those muscles pretty bad. And so having to deal with the pain in my arms, the pain in my shoulders from bursitis, my back problems from the car accident, and the chronic back pain, my hips and my knees, and everything is just rough. I have steps up to my house because we live on the second floor, and we come up, our stairs are outside, and we come up the stairs and they flatten out, and then they come back up the other way. And I've noticed lately, especially, and it always happens in the cold, that when I take a step, I'll bend my knee, and when it straightens out, you'll hear it click. And then it'll click as it bends, and it'll click as it straightens out. And that's the cartilage damage in it. And that is what originally started my disabilities, is I noticed that clicking, and I took it to the doctor, and in the Army they have a remedy of ibuprofen and water. That's the deal. I'm allergic to ibuprofen, so they couldn't give me ibuprofen, they gave me naproxen. And so that was their cure-all. Excuse me. They would give you a pain medication and water and say, good luck. Well, 18 months after I originally took my problem to the doctor, I finally found a doctor that, well, I finally got into orthopedics. And they looked at my knees. They found out that my knees were bad. But at that point in time, being 18 months after the fact, I had changed the way I walked, so it affected my hips. And it made the bursitis in my hips come out. And so they did an MRI of my hips, and that's when they found the bursitis. And in the Army, bursitis is a bad word. They put you out on it automatically. They don't give you a chance to recover because it's hard to recover from it. You can either do a surgery or rest and relaxation, and the surgery 9 times out of 10 does not help. It makes it worse. So they put me out of the military, medical discharge, and here I sit, 3 years later. It's tough because my goal going into the military in 2006 was to be a career soldier. That was my whole deal with life. That was my goal in life, is to be a career soldier. Unfortunately, that wasn't God's plan, apparently, because I'm not. I deal with not being able to get hired on, even at Walmart, for a greeter's position, which they hire people in wheelchairs. I get told I have so many medical problems that I am a liability to the company and they will not hire me. So I don't work. I get my VA compensation each month. And I was watching a video the other day about some people that are disabled that were on the show that I was watching. And they were really pissed off at people that have disabilities but won't work. And I was kind of upset because of the fact that I have disabilities, but it's not that I won't work, it's that I can't. And it's not a personal choice that I can't. If I had my choice, I would be out there right now doing something. I hate just sitting around not doing anything, but that's not my choice. It's been taken out of my hands by employers around the area. And so it's not a personal choice that I can't work. I can't work because I'm a liability to companies and they won't hire me. I've gone to 45 interviews and the majority of them tell me the same thing. You're a liability to the company, we're not going to hire you. So that's what I deal with. When they did the MRI on my hips in 2007, they found a cyst on my ovary. And every MRI I've had 2 MRIs, several x-rays and stuff, and about 5 ultrasound scans, and they pick up cysts all the time on them. And it scared me when I first heard of it because I had no idea what it was, and then we got talking about it and found out PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, causes cysts like that. I have a mild form. Recently told that through my new OB. It's just a mild form. It causes a cyst, but I still ovulate according to her. We haven't done any special testing or anything, but so I have PCOS and get cysts all the time. But I have good follicles, she said, because I had another ultrasound done because they picked up another cyst. And the ultrasound showed that I had good follicles, so she said, it should be okay. But she said, if you're not pregnant in 3 months, come back and we'll test breast sperm. I'm not pregnant right now, though. had a miscarriage, but we're going from here. So that's the medical deal.